details in her journal, so I doubt they said much more.
Did she really not mention anything else about him around you? Like, not even what species he is?
No, Firebrand. I'm sorry. I don't think she knew or cared. She just ordered me to feed him and give him his injections.
So, what now? What do we do? Do we keep giving him the injections? How many do we have left?
2, Glom said sullenly. I've been trying to stretch the time out between them to make them last longer, but he grows worryingly lifeless before his next dose.
I stared down at the figurine I'd been whittling. It was beginning to take the shape of a boralash, with their 3 curving horns and long, sagging bodies. Rubbing my thumb over the blank face, which I'd yet to start on, I waited for them to keep talking, feeling only the briefest pang of guilt for listening in.
I think it's best if we give him the remaining doses,
Glom continued.
I'll keep reading. Maybe she found out more later. But if not, we'll just have to see what happens when there are no more, my love.
Fuck. I heard the rasp of Rig's gloved fingers rubbing anxiously at his face. And then, if it gets even worse, I guess Lilac might need to... My brow twitched as I carefully pressed the pad of my thumb to the sharp tip of my whittling knife. Lilac might need to kill him.
He already appears to be in pain.
Glom's voice was gentle.
And if that gets worse, it might be the most humane thing. But I wouldn't expect Lilac to do it.
He heaved a sigh.
I could.
Lilac's used to him, Rig said sadly, though I was fairly confident the sadness was due to the thought of Seraph dying and not concern for me for being expected to kill him.
Is he?
Yeah. Doesn't bother him. Nothing bothers him. Glom was silent for a long moment.
I see.
Okay, so we have 2, maybe 3 weeks to try and find out more. I already asked Charlie if he knew anything about the military specimen program. Maybe Hunter knows something. He kind of makes me nervous, though. Rig let out a wary chuckle. He's a little scary. My lip curled under my mask as Glom let out a rumbling laugh. The newcomers had shown up only a couple of hours ago. A big purple beastie and 2 former soldiers. I didn't trust them. At least the dark-haired one would be leaving soon, going off on what was, in my opinion, a thankless journey with Moth to try and get Cat out of some fighting prison further north. I would have preferred it if the big surly one was going. Charlie seemed more agreeable. The other one, Hunter, was already acting suspicious of us, despite the fact that we had allowed him into our camp. And he was the ex-soldier. Plus his muscular monster lover, Eden, had taken it upon himself to decide that they would be staying here in the camp to wait for Charlie and Moth to get back. I didn't overly trust Eden either. I'd heard him apologizing to Owry for leaving him in the military base all those years ago, and the idea of it soured me on him immediately. He just left Owry there, in a cell, to be tortured and traumatized for years. I'd grown as protective of Owry as I was of Ghost and Rig, despite knowing what he could become. I didn't know much about the Reek, but I'd gleaned that his violence and rage came from seeing those he cared about get hurt, rather than from any pain or suffering inflicted on himself. Glom and Rig
Para seguir escuchando este audiolibro gratuitamente, haz clic en el enlace de la descripción y podrás escucharlo completo sin coste gracias a la prueba de 30 días de Audible.